Hi, I'm Brian Bazemore, here to put our team at Community Bank to work for you. Teamwork is vital in sports, at work, at home, and the community. That's why we've worked so hard to establish a winning team of customer service and lending professionals. When you call on Community Bank, we stand ready to help. There are other banks, but there's only one Community Bank. So come see us and let us put our team to work for you. Community Bank of Dublin-Lawrence County. Common sense banking never goes out of style.
Welcome, everybody. I'm glad to have with me Judge Helen Harper, and she's actually got a little different hat on today. You can tell we've got our green on, and St. Patrick's is upon us, isn't it?
It's here. It's going to be here before we know it.
And I tell so many people, no matter where I am, we talk about St. Patrick's. The awards banquet is one of my favorite events because we recognize people that really don't want to be recognized, do they?
No, they don't. And most of the time, it's people that don't put on they do things behind the scene that people don't know about.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite events also.
Yeah, so many people in our community. We live in a great community.
We sure do.
So many good people that don't want credit. And, you know, I interview those kind of people every week, and so many people I have to just tug at them. I said, and I'm going to tell you one that always fights me is Mr. Ben Hall, that does so much. He has done so much for this community that he don't want nobody to know about. But he always fights me, and I always like to brag on him. And Ben, I know you watch us, so I'm bragging on you again. How about that? But he does so much behind the scenes.
He does, and he doesn't want anybody to know what he does. But
I don't know if I'm nominating him now or not. We're about to talk about that. Maybe that's a public nomination right there. But that's the kind of nomination we want you to do, and that's what Judge Harper and I want to talk about first is the process of nominating people and the different things we nominate for.
Okay, we have Man of the Year, Woman of the Year, Senior Citizen of the Year, and Youth of the Year. And the application form will be in the Courier Herald. Mm-hmm. I'm going to, it's on Facebook.
Right.
I'm going to give some to you to take to the TV station. But you do not have to use a form. You can just use your letterhead and type up their achievements or even write their achievements up and send it to the post office box, and they will be a special committee that nobody knows, not even I know who selects the people.
Yeah.
The nominations come in. The chairperson, we have two chairpersons this time. They elect one person, and then that one person gets a secret committee, and not even the chairman, know who that secret committee is. So get them nominations in. We want them, especially the youth. Seems like the youth is not as nominated as much as the man and woman and senior citizen of the year. Of course, you know, I might be nominated senior citizen. I'm getting there.
I thought you were going to say youth of the year. That's what I was going to nominate you for. Some days we feel young. Some days maybe not so young.
That's right.
But, you know, we've had a lot of good people. We had last year, a couple years ago, we had Emmett Black, Dr. Black, the dentist in town. A lot of you know. He was youth of the year many moons ago, and he spoke to us.
He was the first.
Okay, the first one, that's right.
That's right.
So it's very important. And our young people, you know, we see in the paper and the news, it seems like our young people get so much negative publicity, but the majority of our young people are good people.
I agree. And there's a lot of young people here in Dublin-Lawrence County that need to be nominated, need to be recognized, because, as you say, the bad ones get recognized,
That's
the
right.
good ones don't get recognized.
Well, let's change that, and this is a good way. Our awards banquet's coming up March 7th, 7 o'clock.
At the Dublin Country Club, and the tickets are $25 each, and we don't make any money off of that. The St. Patrick's Committee, that's what our meal actually cost. So
And it's a good meal.
it's a good meal, and we'll have a good time. And this year, instead of having a speaker, we're going to have some singing. Somebody, Elizabeth, I hope I can say this. Elizabeth Cohen is supposed to be singing, so that will be worth going to hear. And it lasts about an hour, hour and a half. People say it's boring, and I don't think it's boring.
I beg to differ there.
I beg to differ too. It's the last 4 or 5 years since I've been in charge of it. I'm not patting myself on the back, but it has been fun. It's been a fun night.
It is. It is a lot of fun, and we really want you to be there. And as we talk, the address that Judge Harper was talking about to send those nominations in, it's on the screen right there. So jot that down while we're talking. But Elizabeth Coleman, I had her on with me last week. In talking about young people, what a wonderful, wonderful young lady. She's a beautiful young girl. Comes from a wonderful family.
Yes.
Randall Coleman and his wife and Matt, and she's just great people. Go to First Baptist Church right over here. But beautiful voice. That right there is worth the price of admission to me.
That's exactly right.
Without a meal.
She it's worth the $25 just to go hear her sing, and we thought we'd change it up this year. Instead of having a speaker, we'd have fun with singing. So
Well, you said you wasn't gonna brag on yourself, but I'm gonna tell you, I used to get so upset prior to you taking over because you really bumped up how many people come. You know, it's hard when the judge calls you and tells you to buy a ticket or to be there. It's hard to tell her no, and we joke about that every year. But and I say that jokingly. But prior to you taking it over, I used to get so upset. I say, why don't people come to
I
this?
know.
I mean,
do
there
too.
wouldn't be, now the people being nominated, their families would be there, that kind of thing. But I'd always look around the room and I'd say, oh my, I can remember telling Patrick Thames one year, I said, why? Because I was setting my camera up right in front of the podium. He said, you're not going to set that up right there, are you? And I said, yeah, I'm setting it up right there. I said, because there's only 50 people here, and we got 35, 40,000 out there I want to show this to, because we want to feature. I want people to see that senior citizen of the year, youth of the year, et cetera. But I gotta brag on you. We have a packed house.
Yes, well, about 2 years ago, I thought, people in Dublin don't know what RSVP means.
No.
And that's okay. You don't have to RSVP me. I would like to know, but people started coming in, and I got nervous, and Jeff and I had to set up 3 more tables. That's fine. We'll set up we'll keep setting up tables. Just come on.
Yeah.
You can pay at the door, or you can, some of the tickets will be at the chamber. Or you can call me and I'll just put you down and you can pay at the door. Just if you forget RSVP, just come on.
Yeah.
We'll make room for you.
And our dear friend, mutual friend Willie Paul taught me that many years ago. I'd say something about the crowd. She said, James, these people around here don't know what RSVP means, because when you have food involved, we really need to know. I mean, it'd be nice, and if it's a last minute thing, you come, like the judge said, come on.
Yeah.
But it's really nice to be able to have the table set up because you have their beautiful flower arrangements and all
Yes.
that, and the country club has to prepare food, and we don't want to waste nothing.
No, but the country club is good. They can. That particular year I'm talking about, I had about 50 people that I wasn't expecting. He said, don't worry about it, Helen, we got food. I said, okay, good. So they always prepare a little bit more than normal. So if you wait till the last minute, come. We'll make room for you.
And the country club, I got to say, I've never had a bad meal at that country club.
Well, I haven't either at the Ward's Banquet or any other time either.
Yeah.
But the Ward's Banquet, the food is usually pretty good. Yeah. It's Southern cooking. I usually pick out what I like.
Well, we're Southerners, okay? We like certain things. What, black-eyed peas and onions and cornbread?
That's right. That's correct.
It's a little different than that, but, we like good old country food.
Yep, sure do. But I'm stressing everybody, please come. We, like I say, if we need put up more tables, we will.
Okay.
So it
Well,
makes the people feel good when they get nominated.
it's really, really good. I want to talk a little bit more about it and some other things going on. Let's take a quick break and we'll come back right after this.
So I'm Will, and this is my wife, Babs, and I grew up in Dublin. And Babs and I met at the University of Georgia when we were in college. After dating a while, we got married, moved off to North Carolina for seminary, and then towards the end of seminary, we got a call from First Baptist, and there was opening for a youth ministry position.
We had found a house before we moved down to Dublin. The day we were supposed to move to Dublin, we found out that that house wasn't going to work out.
So we called up Susan and the team and just asked, where do we begin? Where do we start? You know, what do we need to do to make this move forward?
They were very patient with us and trying to find, with our new salaries, a house, and working with us to get those numbers correct so that we could purchase the house that we're in now. So they helped us not only once but twice through the whole process. So
we had questions and we didn't know really who to ask, and so we really just directed all of them to Morris Bank, and we would ask Susan or we would speak with one of her teammates, and whether it was something that they were supposed to know or answer, they usually always helped or would find the answer for us. And so it really just made the process, very easy and reassured us that they knew what they were doing, even though we had no idea what we were doing, and that it was just a very smooth process. Just walking through the door the first time, just imagining that our family was going to get started there. It was just a really exciting time to think about all the possibilities because of a home, and that we could share that with friends and family.
Welcome back, everybody. We're talking St. Patrick's with Judge Helen Harper, and we were just cutting up and laughing off camera about some of the things that go on. But the awards banquet, to me, I love to watch their faces, Judge, when the light comes on. They don't know who they are, and they try to stretch it out. The person doing the nomination part or the announcing it. And they try to stretch it out, this lady, that, whatever. But there comes a point when you say, I remember one year, I'm trying to say her name, Miss plays the piano at First Baptist Church, but, they finally come on. She played the piano at First Baptist for 50 years.
That's a classic.
Yeah, and then they know it's them. But I love to watch them, and the families have lied to them. And I say that, I'm not condoning lying, don't get me wrong, but you have to deceive them, I guess was the right word, to get them there.
Well, they'll say one of their best friends is getting the award, and it's not the best friend, it's them. And it's something that we've started several years ago is the past people who have received awards, they get recognized. Mm-hmm. So there's probably 300 people that's should be out there, James, that's been recognized before. And I just wish they would all come. And quite a few do come. And we recognize the ones that come.
That's right.
So
that is a good part. And a new award that we've started a few years ago is the Amy Cannon Award.
Yes.
And the first person to receive that was Miss Lucy Skinner. And I'm sad to say this week that we've lost Miss Lucy. And I'm telling you, I love St. Patrick's, but it will not be the same without Miss St. Patrick's, like her and Glenda Ricks. People like that just do immeasurable things for the festival.
Well, that's kind of where the award originally started. Was Amy Cannon was Miss St. Patrick's.
Yes, she was.
Amy was. She was St. Patrick's 24/7, 365 days a year with that hat. So that is really where the award started. Was when Amy died. We wanted to keep recognizing Amy, and then there, like you say, there was Lucy. Wherever you saw Lucy.
Yeah.
During St. Patrick, Lucy was there, and she was and she worked. Yeah. She wouldn't just show up, she would work.
Yeah, she was not building. Some people like to build a resume. Miss Lucy was absolute wonderful lady, not only with St. Patrick's, but the Pilot Club and with the school system. And I've been in her home. We filmed in her home, and I remember she made pecan pies for us one time. And me and Pat, let me tell you, me and her and Miss Lucy had the best time. She would bring you into her home like you were family.
Oh, yes.
Wonderful cook. And this community, I know we've lost a good friend.
Yes.
But this community
Yes.
has lost a very good friend.
Yep. Miss Lucy was well known to everybody, and she was a good lady.
Absolutely, very good. But I know the first year when we did the Amy Cannon Awards, she had her whole family was there, and her grandkids were there, and it was such a fun. And I already knew what was going on, and she was getting it. And it's like the year that Randy Jackson got the award. I got there, and he said, James, make sure you get over here close to us because Chuck's getting Man of the Year and Chuck's getting this. And I'm laughing because I'm already in on what's going on, And I said, good, I'll make sure I zoom in on Chuck. And when they, like I said, they deceive you, but it's a good deception. It's all in fun.
Right.
And
Randy may not have known if they had told him.
That's right.
Something else, but Chuck getting the award, he wanted to make sure he was there.
Absolutely. Well, if you're just joining us, we're talking about the awards banquet coming up March 7th, 7 o'clock at the Dublin Country Club. And such a great event. And you and I were talking at Business After Hours last night with other St. Patrick's people there, talking about all the fun things. And I want to ask you on the camera, I know we love the awards banquet. We already have set that in stone, but what's one of your beside that, what's one or two of your favorite events?
I enjoy the Balloon Fest.
Oh, yeah.
That's beautiful. I love balloons. And I enjoy arts and craft. It's getting out in the open and enjoying the arts and craft. I enjoy the parade. James, I think I enjoy everything.
Yeah, well, you and I, if we keep talking, we'll name all 40-something
I know.
events. But the Balloon Fest, and we take our grandkids, and they love
Yes.
And the balloon glow. Oh, my goodness.
No, that's
just
breathtaking.
Oh, it is. It's beautiful with all the balloons, and we have them from everywhere. And I remember last year we had the Clemson balloon go up. I'm not a Clemson fan. I know y'all are national champions. I am a Georgia fan, but I am proud of Clemson. They played a heck of a game. But yeah, I even like that Clemson balloon when it goes up. That beautiful orange balloon. So it's hard not to like them.
Yeah. But we have a lot of events in Dublin. I haven't counted them, probably 50 different events, and you can't go to all of them.
No.
But I try to go to most of them.
Yeah.
But
and you might not go to all, but you can watch them all right here on TV 35
That's
because
right.
we're at them, believe me. And I hate to say this on TV, but by the end of March, I put all my green to the back of my closet because I've wore out all the green. I pull it to the front right now,
I know.
But it goes to the back later. But I do love green, and I love you mentioned arts and crafts and the parade. That's to me in the pancake supper, it's like a big family reunion.
I know.
I see people that I might not see throughout the year.
I agree. I didn't mention the pancake supper, but you can look at me and tell I love to eat. That's one of my favorites also is the pancake supper. And it's not only the pancakes, it's seeing people that I don't see every day.
Yeah.
Because if they don't get in trouble, I don't see them.
Yeah.
If they don't come to the courthouse, I don't see them.
Well, I must get in trouble because I see her a lot, but that's only because I come visit.
That's true.
But yeah, it is a fun time. And one thing I want to talk about before we go, the St. Patrick's, unlike the cherry blossom in Macon, things like that, is all volunteers.
Yes, everybody is a volunteer. Nobody gets paid.
Yeah.
That's one good thing. It's family oriented. You can, if you want to drink beer, you go to Savannah.
That's right.
But here it's family oriented. Every function is you can bring your family.
That's right.
And it's put out with volunteers.
Yeah.
So
And
nobody gets paid.
No, and we are proud of our volunteers. They work their way through the system, and we started a few years ago doing co-chairs. Beatrice and Will Curry was last year. Jason Keaton and Miss Debbie Frost. Debbie Frost is co-chairs this year, and they're doing a wonderful job. We were talking off camera a while ago. at the TV station, we've been working on St. Patrick's since the 1st of December.
I know.
So,
I
you
have
know,
too.
you know what I'm talking about. But it takes time. When people see me with my green coat on in December or Thanksgiving, they always say, "What are you doing with that green on?" I said, "Well, we're doing St. Patrick's." Well, have you lost your mind? I mean, it's.
I know it's here. I started on the awards banquet 1st of December or before, and here it is. It's upon me
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah, it's almost here.
Yeah.
One more time, go over the time and the.
Okay,
date.
it's going to be Thursday night, March the 7th, 7 o'clock at the Dublin Country Club. You can buy tickets at the door, or you can call me or go by the chamber and pick up tickets. They're $25 each, and it's good meal, good fellowship, and fun.
Okay. You heard it from the horse's mouth or the judge's mouth. I better watch out. I might get in trouble. But please be there. Please nominate. Nominate someone. Senior Citizen of the Year, Man of the Year, Woman of the Year, and Youth of the Year. And you heard the judge a while ago. We don't get as many for Youth of the Year. Y'all, at your church, all you people watching, man, I know a lot of you go to church. Some young person in your church that does extraordinary things, nominate them. They deserve the praise. And I know last year, Lee Newsom's daughter
Yes.
got it last year. And every time I see her during the
Emily.
year, Emily, thank you. Well, that's my granddaughter's name. Why couldn't I pull that out? I'm telling my age, huh? But every time I see Emily this past year, I say, "There's our Youth of the Year."
That's right.
And it makes them feel good.
Yeah.
And I love the fact that what a beautiful young girl does so much in our community. But let's nominate people, y'all. You see the information right there on the screen. Get your nominations in. Get them in. What's the deadline on that?
I believe it's February the 5th.
Okay.
So it's right around the corner. Or I said February the 5th. That is the deadline. But since it's March the 7th, we probably can take them up until the 10th of February. But they need to get them on in.
Okay, let's just get them in. Forget about the
Yeah,
deadline. Get them on in. It's
do it
January. Just right now, you saying, I mean, every one of you watching has thought of somebody. You say, well, that senior citizen at church or that young person, all of us know somebody. Let's nominate a pile of them. And let's work that committee that we don't know who they are. Let's put them to work.
And if they don't know where to, they can drop them off here at my office.
Okay.
They can drop them off at the chamber. I haven't talked to Heath, but I'm sure if you
yeah.
drop them off, he'll get them to the right people.
That's right.
So there's no excuse. You don't even have to buy a stamp. Just drop them off here at the courthouse.
How easy is that?
I know. Or drop them off at the TV station. You'll get them to the right people.
Yeah, we're easy there. Pull in, drop it off, put it in a sealed envelope.
Yeah.
So we don't have to worry about none of that, and we'll get them to the right people. But, well, Judge, you've been doing this for about 5 years?
About 5 years now.
Okay. You exhaled when you said that.
I've been working with St. Patrick's a long time, but they asked me to do the awards banquet, so I did, and it's fun. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah, and you do a wonderful job. And another thing, you do a great job. Matt Hatchin and I have a show on right now. They're in session right now in the Capitol, but we were talking about elections and some of the changes they're going to make. And I told him, I said, let me tell you something. Just get Judge Harper and Susan Rooks and let them run the whole state, because I'm telling you, our election goes so smooth. But I was thinking, between Susan and you've been in election since you was 17 or 18, I think, right?
Yes.
So 20 years ago.
Yeah.
And
about 20.
and she's been doing it for about 50 years. So y'all probably got 100 years in elections, so it ought to go smooth. But we are very fortunate here in Lawrence County, aren't we?
We're very fortunate, and I'm not. Between Susan and Janola Jackson, she works here in my office. She's assistant superintendent, and myself. I have to agree, it runs real smooth.
And the people that work in the precincts, I'm telling you, and I know I vote in the Smith precinct. Those women and men, keep it flowing. It goes right. You come in with your stuff. You go right through. Even if there's a line, it's like Chick-fil-A. That
line keeps
moving, don't it? But,
it does.
But your poll people, precinct people, I know you train them during the year, but they do a wonderful job.
Well, thank you. I think they do. If they make me look good.
Yeah, and that's good. And hey, you're only as good as your people.
That's exactly right.
Yeah, I really believe that. Well, Judge, thank you for talking to me.
Well, appreciate you asking me, and come on out to the awards banquet now.
Okay, March 7th, 7 o'clock at the Dublin Country Club. Happy St. Patrick's, and Aaron go Bry.